All right. Good evening, guys. Share my screen. We'll wait for a few more minutes so that the others can also join. Right. Wait for a few more minutes. All right. All right, I believe we have enough people in the session now, so we can start our session. So how many of you are joining today for the first time? This is the first, if this is your first session, raise your hands virtually. If this is your first session, raise your hands virtually. That should be all right. You need not message. You can raise your hands virtually. Okay, cool. So we have just started this course just 2-3 days back. Hopefully you have not missed much. All right, you have not missed much. You need not worry. All right. Since we have been, we have learned a couple of concepts. We have learned what is your white box, black box, and gray box testing. We have also learned what SDLC is, and we have also learned waterfall model. These are the most important concepts we have covered as part of this course so far in the last 2-3 days. All right. So can you guys please raise your hands again virtually? Virtually, can you guys please again raise your hands so that I can know the count at least? If this is your first session, please raise your hands. All right. Any more else? Any more else? We have 9 people in the session, almost roughly 10% of the, more than 10% of the class. So anyone else? Anyone else, guys? Anyone else? All right. That should be fine. That should be fine. So, okay. Cool. No problem. So, I believe, so out of the 80 people, if 8 people are the new ones, they have attended freshly, that gives us at least 70 people who have already attended at least one session. And out of 70, at least 35 to 40 people must have attended at least 2 sessions. All right. So let's just start with you guys. So those who have already attended at least one session. Can you guys let me know? What is your white box and black box testing? White box, black box, and gray box testing. Can you guys briefly explain what they are? Just not in depth, just normal concepts. Type it in the chat box. That should be all right. Okay. The person who is doing your white box testing has coding knowledge, exactly, knows the internal functioning, all the basically the technical knowledge. The person who is doing the white box testing has technical knowledge. He can write code. He can understand the code that is written in the application. So yes, exactly. You're all correct. Then what is your black box test? Exactly. In your black box testing, the person who is doing the black box testing knows only the functionality, the working of the application, not the internal design, not the coding, not, basically if he gets a bug, basically if the person who is doing black box testing, if he gets a bug, he can only raise a ticket, raise a Jira saying that he has found a bug. That's it. He does not know how to fix that bug. Your white box tester knows how to fix that bug, where the bug is actually occurring, what module does he need to fix. He knows all those details. Okay, then what is a gray box testing? Exactly. The gray box testing has partial, not both. Never say both. It's not an all-rounder, guys. He's not an all-rounder. Gray box tester is not an all-rounder. He has partial knowledge of black box and partial knowledge of white box. He's not fully equipped in any of these black box or white box. Partial knowledge of black box and partial knowledge of white box. All right. Your white box tester has knowledge of both white box and black box, to be honest. Okay. The difference between your white box and your gray box tester is white box tester has the knowledge of testing as well as development. But your gray box tester partially knows the functionality, partially he can code also. That's the difference between your your white box and gray box testers. Never confuse your gray box testers with white box testers. No. Your gray box testers are partially equipped with coding and partially equipped with the functionality of the application. Never be confused. So next comes your SDLC. So what all phases do we have in our SDLC? What all phases do we have in our SDLC? What is SDLC first? What is SDLC? What happens in SDLC? What is SDLC and what happens in SDLC? Okay, SDLC is software development life cycle. Very good. What next? What happens in SDLC? Now, don't tell me the different phases. Just tell me what happens in SDLC. Just in short and sweet. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Some really good answers there. Some really good answers. Okay, let me summarize it like this. Good answers, but maybe you may have to, some people have to redefine their answers a little bit. So your SDLC, it's nothing but the entire process, right from gathering. How is waterfall model related to SDLC directly? Waterfall model is an adaptation of SDLC. Don't say SDLC. When I ask you about SDLC, don't say waterfall model. That's the sure shot way of getting rejection from your interviewer. Surely your interviewer will reject you, or either he will reject you or he'll keep on asking you more questions. When I'm asking you about SDLC, don't say waterfall model. All right. Waterfall model is an adaptation of SDLC, but waterfall model is not the only way of SDLC. All right. So don't say waterfall model. Waterfall model is a type of SDLC model. It's an adaptation of SDLC. That's it. SDLC is nothing but the entire process involved, right from gathering the requirements till deploying the application and delivering the application, delivering the product, and till providing support after release also. This entire process is called as your SDLC, software development lifecycle. So what happens in here is, what is the first phase, guys? What is the first phase? Requirement gathering, okay. First and foremost, gathering is also your first phase. So some people also say that kickoff meeting is your first phase in your SDLC. Kickoff meeting is nothing but the first time you meet with your client. That is the first time you meet with your client. Okay. So once you first meet with your client, you try to understand what his requirements are. You try to understand what his requirements are, and the client will give you his requirements. That is your requirement gathering phase. Who will gather the requirements? Who is responsible for collecting the requirements? BA, exactly. We have BAs, we have PMs. Okay. All of these people, business analysts, are basically responsible for collecting the requirements. Very good. After your requirement gathering, you will obviously have to analyze those requirements. Without analyzing, you cannot give promises to the client saying that I will do this, I will do that. No, that's not how it works. So you should obviously give some analysis. You should do some analysis of the requirement. And after analysis, you should provide some, alternatives. If there are any alternatives required, you should give your feedback. After that, you have your design phase. In your design phase, you design the structure of the application. Like you have your product architects, they design the model of the application. So you will arrive at a conclusion, what all softwares, what all programming language do we need to use? Okay, what would be the backend? What would be the front end? What would be, how would we integrate? All of these details will be decided as part of your design and analysis phase. Next, after analysis and design, what phase do we have? After analysis and design, what phase do we have? Exactly, development. Development. So in your development phase, what happens in your development phase? What happens in your development phase? Code. Exactly. You write the code as per the agreed standards in your analysis and design phase. You must be agreeing to some certain standards. Based on that certain standards, you will be developing the product. That is writing the code for that particular application. After that, what is the output of your development phase? What is the output of your development phase? Build. Exactly. What is a build? What is a build? What is a build? The build is nothing but your application only. The application that has been developed. But is the application ready for delivery? Is it ready for a delivery? No, it's not ready for a delivery. Delivery or deployment, whatever it is, it's not ready for a delivery. The output of your development phase is build. That build is nothing but your application only. What is an application? An application can be anything. It can be a browser-based application. It can be a website. It can be an Android application. It can be a desktop application. It can be anything basically. So that application, that software, it's called as build, but it's not ready for a it's not ready for a deployment. It's not ready for a release yet. Cannot be released for the client. Cannot be handed over to the client. It needs to be tested first. So the next phase is testing. In your testing phase, you test your application. You'll do testing manually and using automation. Why do we have to do automation? Why do we have to do automation? To save time. Okay. How do you save time? Very interesting answer. Save time. How do you save your time? Saving time is important. I understand that's a very correct answer. I'm not saying it's wrong, but how do you save your time? All right. All right. So you write the code, whatever testing that has been done by your manual team. All right. Sometimes the same test cases need to be tested again and again and again. The same functionalities, the same tasks have to be tested again and again and again and again. So instead of doing this manually, you write your code so that you can automate it. You write your code and you automate what? You automate your entire testing process. You automate your testing process. Imagine you need to test your login functionality. Your login functionality, you need to test it every day twice. Every day twice. You need to test your ticket booking functionality. You want to book some train ticket. You want to book your train ticket. You want to test it multiple times a day, 2 times, 3 times a day. If you want to test it multiple times, because you have to test it multiple times, sometimes the code changes happen very frequently that you need to test the application, the same thing again and again and again and again. So in order to do this task manually, it's a lot of time consuming. It consumes a lot of time. So to avoid that time waste, and since if you do everything manually, there is a chance of getting errors in your testing process also. So that is why you automate the entire process of testing. How you write your Java code, especially our course is Java Selenium. So you write your Java code and you automate the testing process. Automate the testing process. That is what is your automation. That is what is your manual is. After testing, let's say you have found a bug. What will you do? If you find a bug, what will you do? Exactly. You will report it to the developer. But how will you report? Not on a phone call, not on a mail. You will report it on Jira. You will report it on Jira. So you will report it to Jira. You will report it to your developer using Jira. Because the bug needs to be tracked. Just because you have found out a bug, and if you just write a mail, that's not going to be sufficient. That's not going to be sufficient. You need to write. I mean, you need to create a Jira ticket. If you create a Jira ticket, that would be tracked very thoroughly. That would be tracked so that in future again, if the same bug comes, you can reopen the same issue again. So you raise your issues on Jira. So your developer will automatically get a notification saying that, okay, so and so person has raised a bug on Jira, please look into it. Your developer will take a look into that particular Jira and will start working on that bug to fix that bug. All right. So imagine the bug has been fixed by your developer. What next? The bug has been fixed by your developer. What will you do next? You will retest. You will retest. Exactly. You will retest your bug. You will retest your application for the bug. Only for the bug. Only for the bug. If the bug is fixed and if everything is working fine, you will proceed with deployment. That is, you will release the application to the client or to the end user. Or to the end user. Who is an end user? Who is an end user? Can you give an example for end users? Exactly. You're all right. So whoever is using the application, okay, he or she is the end user. You are using WhatsApp, so you are the end users for WhatsApp. You are using Facebook, you are the end user for Facebook. You are using Zoom now, you are the end user for Zoom. So whoever is using that application, that person is the end user. That person is the end user. So now you will you will deliver it to the customer and also to the end user. So this is what is your SDLCs. So we have learned a model, SDLC model. Which SDLC model have we learned yesterday? Waterfall model. Okay. What is the functionality? What is the let's not call it speciality or something like that, but what is the summary of your waterfall model? In brief. What happens in your waterfall model? Okay. All right. Supriya, right? Okay. Time taking process. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. Correct. 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 You will use your waterfall model only if the requirements are stable. If the requirements are not changing frequently, the requirements are not changing frequently. If the requirements are constant, stable, and there is no update on requirements, then you can go for waterfall model. Because if there is any change in the requirements, then you may have to start the entire thing again from scratch. Of course, there is no rule that you should not start again from scratch, but if you start everything again from scratch, there is a chance that you might be losing out on a lot of time, a lot of money. All right. If the client is okay with that, you can go ahead, not a problem. But waterfall model, it's something where changes are not really encouraged. But if you get changes and you want to implement that, maybe you'll have to entirely do the same thing again from zero, from scratch again. So that's how your waterfall model works. So for some people, it's an advantage. For some people, it's a disadvantage. But overall, it's a time-taking process. You will get your output only after each and every requirement is satisfied. Whereas in your other models, that's not the case. You'll get a partially completed application also. In your waterfall model, that's not possible. So for small projects, complex, which are not complex, for those projects, it's okay. You can use it. For large projects, which will go on for years together, months together, maybe waterfall model will not be the right approach. Or projects where requirements are going to change very frequently. That place, your waterfall model may not be the correct approach. Waterfall model may not be the correct approach. All right. Next, let's learn your prototype model. What do you understand by prototype? What do you understand by prototype? Okay. Dummy. Exactly. Sample. Correct. Correct. Exactly. Prototype is nothing but your dummy or your sample. Shirin, this is both your demo as well as your actual class also. This is both your demo as well as class also. We have just started the class also. We have not completed anything. We are just in the beginning itself. Just in the beginning. The previous class videos, you can see them on YouTube also. The admin team will be shortly posting those previous session videos also, the previous demo sessions. So the batch has started Friday last week, but the actual classes have started somewhere from Tuesday this week. Okay. So Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 demos we have completed. Those 5 video links, YouTube video links will be posted in the chat box shortly by the admin team. You can refer to them on YouTube also. No problem. Okay. So prototype. Prototype is nothing but your dummy. You can call it as a dummy. You can call it as a sample. Basically, it's not the final product. It's not the final product. It's not something you deliver for your client. Okay. So how will I say? How will I give you an example? Let's say you take some movies, Bollywood or other movies, where that the hero will be developing some sort of robo movie, Rajnikant robo movie. Okay, Rajnikant robo movie, where he has developed a robo. The robo is a prototype. It's not a final product, although it does everything as a final product as an actual robo, but it has to be taken for evaluation. If you guys remember from the robo movie, Rajnikant takes Chitti the robo for evaluation with army. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember this? How many of you remember robo movie? Rajnikant robo movie. Right? Rajnikant, what does he do? He will take that robo for evaluation, for army evaluation, or for the robotic society evaluation, where they will have to check this robo, analyze the functionality, and then they can say, okay, this is fine. Think of that. Think of your prototype also like the same way. Your prototype also is the same way. It's not the final product. There may be some adjustments that need to be made in the application, but it's almost like the final product. It's a replica of your final product. That's what is your prototype is. Understood your prototype now? Was the example sufficient? Was the example sufficient for you guys? Yeah, even in civil engineering also you'll be making some prototypes. Even mechanical engineering you'll be making some prototypes. But in your civil engineering, you cannot call it as a prototype because you may not be constructing a model where it can be used. So yeah, that can also be considered, no problem. So this is what is your prototype is. So prototype, in your prototype model, what happens in your prototype model is, will take your client's requirements. Okay, your client basically is not sure about his requirements. He doesn't have much idea about the requirements. What should go into the product? What features does should the product have? Your client is basically not sure about all of this stuff. So he has only partial knowledge of the requirements. He has only partial requirements. His requirements are not full. Excuse me. He has only partial knowledge of the requirements. He is new to all this stuff. He does not know what his requirements are. He does not know what he wants also. So once in a while, he will be giving you his requirements. Once in a while, today some requirements, some other day again, someday some more requirements, someday some more requirements. He'll be giving requirements very slowly, one after the other, one after the other. So do you think waterfall model is suitable for this kind of situation? Do you think waterfall model is suitable in this kind of a scenario? He'll be changing his requirements or he'll be giving new requirements frequently. So in that case, your waterfall model will not be suitable. If the requirements keep on changing, or if you get too much of feedback, or he's not sure what he wants in the application, there will be a lot of to and fro, lot of discussion happening between you and your client. So maybe that's not suitable. Waterfall model may not be suitable in this kind of a scenario. So you should better go with a prototype model where the client will be giving you some, some kind of requirement. You will develop a prototype for the customer or for the client. You will deliver that prototype to the client. If the client is satisfied, that's okay. Or if the client is not satisfied, he'll give you the feedback. You should work on the feedback and deliver the prototype again. Or if he is satisfied with the requirements, but he wants he'll give you new requirements again. He has no feedback, but he has got new requirements. So there is some change again. So in that case also, you should again go with prototype model only. Either the client gives you new requirements every time, or the client gives you some feedback. Okay, there is a lot of discussion happening between you and your client. You take the requirements, you develop a prototype, you deliver it to the client looks at the product. If he has got feedback, he'll give you feedback. If he has got new additional requirements, he'll give new additional requirements. We'll take these inputs, you'll again work on the prototype, again deliver, again he will feedback, again you will work on the feedback. This entire cycle repeats again and again and again and again and again. How many times? You're not sure. You're not sure how many times it will happen, but it will happen till the time the client is satisfied. Okay, until the client is satisfied, you will repeat the entire process again and again. Once the client is satisfied, once the client accepts the prototype, you will give a final product and you will deliver it. That's what is your entire prototype model is. So the one important thing here is the client has got flexibility here. The client can give requirements whenever, whatever he wants. Whenever he wants, whatever he wants. He can give feedback or he can give requirements, no problem. So customer satisfaction will be more. Also, since customer will give you new requirements, each time your requirements can change. That is also no problem. Next, so initially the customer will be giving you some requirements. You will develop the application, the prototype. After looking at the application, sometimes you might not get the requirements immediately in your mind. The client might not get his requirements immediately in the mind. So what happens? After looking at the prototype, he might get new ideas, he might get new requirements again. So again, he will give new requirements. So even if the client has missed any requirements, that's not a problem. You can still give new requirements also. That is also some new feature in this particular SDLC model. Okay. And even if you are getting any feedback, you need not worry. You are also obviously working on a prototype model. So obviously you can fix it in your prototype model only. So in your prototype only. So that is also one advantage for you. But the disadvantage here is due to a lot of to and fro happening between you and the client. Between you and the client, there is a lot of to and fro happening. The problem will be such that it is time taking. Firstly, you in the sense developers and BAs will be in touch with the will be in contact with the client. Testers will be very rarely in contact with the client, to be honest, very rarely. But obviously, it's not wrong to be in touch with the client. But each project will require a different level of interaction with the client. You cannot say one one rule. In some projects, you will have interaction with the client. In some projects, you do not have any interaction with the client at all. If you go to a product-based company, you might not even interact with the clients at all. You might not even interact with the client at all. It depends on your project. It depends on the company you work in. So it's not illegal to be in touch with your client. There is nothing like that, but depends from project to project, company to company. You cannot say anything. So this is a lot of time consuming. It costs a lot of money because each time you'll have to develop a prototype, deliver it, again take the feedback, again update, again deliver. So a lot of time waste, lot of cost involved. So that will be a problem with this prototype model. Maybe it's not suitable for large projects where the client is not sure with the requirements. Maybe that will be a problem for us later on. It might look good changing the requirements, delivering the product, very good, but you cannot do it each and every time. That might not be something that is feasible. So that's a problem. So prototype model, that is what happens in your prototype model. But there is one very important advantage for you. The advantage is, let's say you have developed a insurance software. You have developed an insurance application. Your client is from insurance domain. You have developed an insurance based application. And what happens is he will give you all the requirements. There has been a lot of to and fro that has happened between you and the client. Ultimately, after some months, you are able to develop a final product. You have delivered it to the client also. Very good. What happens is you're now very well knowledge. You have a prototype of your insurance project. You have worked very well on an insurance project now. You have a prototype of the insurance application with you, or at least you have the requirements idea of the insurance application. So next time, if another insurance client comes up, you need not do everything from scratch. You have a prototype which you have designed already for an existing client. So you can use that prototype for this new client. That's one advantage you will have for prototype model. Okay. You need not work everything again from scratch. You have already developed a prototype for one insurance customer. If a new insurance customer comes up, no problem. You can still give that, you can still use that prototype, use that requirements and develop something specific to that particular customer. You're not duplicating, you're not copy pasting anything from that project. I'm talking about the requirements, not the code. The requirements is what I'm saying. Understood now? Rajesh, for the example, for the example which you have given, maybe that's true. Maybe that's true for the example you have given. Yeah, correct. Okay. Now let's stop our SDLC models for today. Let's stop our SDLC models for today. We have learned two SDLC models. Now let's learn about some more functional and non-functional testing types. Some more functional and non-functional testing types. Let's learn about them. So, Gokul, that again depends from project to project. Let's not get into the minute details like that, because not everyone will be aware of all those things. So let's not get into those minute details. It again depends between project to project. Depends from project to project. You can't say anything, any particular rule like that. Okay. So let's not get into all those minute details. Let's try to understand the process. Okay. If you are clear with the process, those minute details, we can take it once you get into project. That should not be a problem. Different functional and non-functional testing types. So we have completed our sanity, smoke, retesting and regression yesterday. Now we will look into your a couple of more functional testing types today. Okay, your monkey testing and exploratory testing. Okay, so again, you'll not be doing most of these testing types in your project. You'll not be doing most of these testing types. You'll only be doing sanity, smoke, regression, retesting, integration testing at a max. At a max, these are the different types of testing that you will be doing in your project. So let me explain about integration testing. It will be a very easy and interesting topic so that you guys can also understand. Okay, the demo videos for the last 5 days. Okay, the YouTube links for the demo videos for the last 5 days have been posted in the chat box. You can look into the chat box and refer to those videos for the last 5-day videos. Okay, the last 5-day demos Yeah, the YouTube videos. Only the demo videos will be uploaded to YouTube. The actual classes will not be uploaded to YouTube. Only the demo videos will be uploaded. So you can check it out on YouTube also, no problem. All right, let's concentrate on integration testing. Let's concentrate on integration testing. What is integration testing and what do we do? Integration testing in short, integration testing in short is nothing but verifying if the data is flowing between two modules or two applications. As part of integration testing, you will verify if the data is flowing between two applications or not. That is what you will verify. But hold on a minute. Okay, I'm back. So integration testing is nothing but you will verify the flow of data between two modules or two applications. Okay. In short, in a nutshell, this is what happens in your integration test. So if I have to give you an example, let me give you a very short and sweet example. Okay. You guys are all aware of paying your bills on Paytm. Okay. You pay your electricity bills on Paytm. Okay. You pay your electricity bill here. Let's say I am from Telangana, so I'll search for Telangana. Okay, electricity board. Hyderabad, it is SPDCL. Next, you should type your unique service number. Okay, this is how your unique service number will look like. You type this unique service number. Okay, you should type this unique service number. So something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-digit unique service number, and then you will pay your bill. You are paying your bill. The notes will be shared with you after you join the batch. After the payment, you will be added to your Google Classroom. After you get added to the Google Classroom, that is where I will share the notes. Okay. So this is where you type your meter number, and you can pay your bill from here. You can pay your bill from here. Okay. So after paying your bill, to whom are you paying the bill now? Whom are you paying the bill? Or let's say, where are you paying the bill? On which platform are you paying the bill? On which platform? Paytm. Exactly. You are paying your bill on Paytm. Paytm is the platform on which you are paying the bill. So what happens if I have to give you a short and sweet example? What happens is the money will be deducted from your bank account, be it a credit card, debit card, UPI, whatever may be the kind of payment. The money will be deducted from your account. It will be deposited in Paytm's account, and Paytm will transfer that amount from their account to the electricity department. Roughly, this is what happens. To give you an easy understanding, the money will be deducted from your account first, deposited in Paytm's account. From Paytm will take the responsibility of paying your bill to the electricity department. Paytm will transfer your money to the electricity department. Let's say you have paid 500 rupees of electricity bill. So 500 rupees will be deducted from your account. It will be deposited in Paytm's account. From Paytm's account, it will be deposited in electricity department's bank account on your behalf. Paytm is paying the bill on your behalf. All right. So what should happen if I open my TSSP-DCL website? TSSP-DCL got a website also. Okay. If you open your TSSP-DCL website, okay, you can also pay your bill. You can check your pending dues here. You can check your pending dues. You can check your pending bills here also. Okay. So let's say I'm paying via bill desk. So you can type your unique service number here and you can check. Okay. If you pay your bill on Paytm, help me understand this logic. So I am paying the bill for my service number 123456789. I have paid the bill here. In Paytm, it says no dues. In Paytm, it says you have paid your bill. What should it say in this TSSP DCL website? What should it say in the TSSP DCL website? Will it show 500 rupees as due or should it say no dues? What should it say? Exactly. Even in this TSSP DCL website also, it should say no dues. Right? How does that happen? How does that happen is your Paytm website, your Paytm application and your TSSP DCL website, that is your TSSP DCL application, both are connected or let's say both are integrated. Both of them are integrated. When I say integrated, what happens is the data from Paytm will flow to TSSP DCL website and the data from TSSP DCL website will flow to Paytm also. So you're paying your bill on TSSP DCL website. Sorry, you're paying your bill on Paytm. You're paying your bill on Paytm. Paytm is taking your money and Paytm is transferring your money on your behalf to TSSP DCL. So after half an hour or 1 hour, if you open your TSSP DCL website and check for the bill status, you check for the bill status, it should say no dues. It should say no dues. That is the proof. That is the proof that your Paytm website and your Paytm application and your TSSP DCL website or your TSSP DCL application are both integrated, are both connected. How will TSSP DCL know that you have paid the bill? Do you think someone from Paytm will be calling TSSP DCL and say, okay, so and so X person has paid the bill, market has no due? Do you think something like that happens manually? Do you think something like that? Someone from Paytm will call your TSSP DCL website and they'll say, okay, this person X living in Hyderabad in this so and so X colony, X house number, he has paid the bill. Do you think that will happen? No, that's not what happens. Both of these applications are integrated. Both of these applications are connected with each other. So if you pay a bill, automatically the data, the payment details will be automatically going to your TSSP DCL website. So even the TSSP DCL, it also has the code written in such a way that it can accept the data from Paytm and it can update its database saying that, yes, this person has actually paid the bill. So if you pay the bill here somewhere around 10 p.m. now, at 10:30 p.m. if you open this website and check for your meter number, you can say, you can see, you can check that it says no due. So this is a confirmation that both the applications are integrated. Hold on a minute, I'm getting a call from the admin team. So if you get no due on your electricity department's website, that is a proof. That is a proof that you have paid your bill and both Paytm and your TSSP DCL website are integrated. So in your integration testing, this kind of integration is what you will be testing. So you will be doing some activity, you will be doing some automation, something on this particular module, and the data, you will verify if the data is flowing from this module to that module, to another module, or you will be doing some automation on one application. You'll be inserting some data, you will be deleting some data, you will modify some data in one application. Those details, those updates should be visible in your other application or other module. So everyone is clear with your integration testing now? So the admin team, our Ramesh sir, okay, Ramesh sir has given the payment details. He has given the phone number to which you can do your, you can contact on that phone number and check for the payment details, the recordings, and all of that stuff. So from Saturday onwards, the link is going to change. So until tomorrow, you can join this session using the same link. No problem. You can join the session. The link which you have, the Zoom link which you have currently, it will be active till tomorrow. You can join the session using the same link until tomorrow. No problem. From Saturday onwards, the link will change. The Zoom link will change. And the link will be sent to only those people who have made their payments. All right. So the admin team have posted those details in the chat box. Okay. You can check those details in the chat box. You can reach out to them on the phone number they have given in the chat box. You can WhatsApp them. They'll clear all of your queries. Nothing to worry. All right. So for those who have already been added to the Google Classroom, hold on for a while. A few more people will be joining along with you, and I'll be sharing the notes accordingly. Do not panic. Be patient. I'll be sharing the notes. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Do you have anything? So let me take you through the course contents once. Let me take you through the course contents who have joined today. So this will be manual plus automation course. So entire duration is roughly 75 days. All right. At the end of the 75 days, I mean, at the end of the course, I will also help you with, I mean, I'm in the middle of, during the course itself, I will be sharing sample resumes also with you. So you can use the sample resume, you can prepare your own resume. And if you're ready with your resumes, I'll be helping you out with Naukri also. How to upload your resume on Naukri, how to update the settings on Naukri so that your resume, your process will be, your profile will be readily visible on the screen. So I'll be helping you out with all of that stuff. So manual plus automation is totally 75 days. With manual, you will be learning this entire, I'll be sharing these notes with you. These notes will be shared and you will learn database testing, manual database testing using MySQL. Okay. You'll be learning manual database testing. You'll be learning manual API testing. Okay. You'll also learn about Jira. You'll learn how to write your test cases. Okay. The template, write your test cases. So this is entirely online class. This is entirely online, 9 p.m. IST, 6 days a week, except Sunday, 6 days a week. 6 days a week, except Sundays and festivals or public holidays, entirely online class. Rahul, your wish. If you want to, you can join in any batch. No problem. Just confirm the admin team which batch you are interested. Avadut, as I already said, my morning batch is not yet ready. My morning batch is not yet ready. I might need some more 1 or 2 weeks more to start the morning batch freshly. So maybe by month end I'll start morning batch. But if you want to join my batch, 9 p.m. IST is the batch. Currently, I am available. If you want to join any other batch, maybe you'll have to wait till the end of this month. Offline classes every day, morning 7:30 a.m. in Naresh IT, Amirpet branch. I'll be there. But the offline, if you want to join my session offline, you may have to wait till the end of this month. Avadut, I mean, I'm not sure. Kalim, this will be basic API testing. It's not an exclusive API testing course. This is enough to help you with your manual interviews. Avadut, I'm not sure if you understood the demo. I mean, I guess you were this is your second or third session. You've been asking this question multiple times, I guess. By this time, you should be pretty much clear with whatever I've told you. I mean, nowhere we said that we are going to give you experience. Naresh IT is not involved in all of that stuff. All right. We don't provide experience, but the course contents that you learn are enough to cover 5 to 7 years of experience. But that does not mean Naresh IT is going to provide you experience. You can check with the admin team also. Yes, core Java is also covered. So Rahul, I mean, you can check it out by attending the other batch. Better. Okay, core Java will also be covered. As part of automation, you'll be learning core Java. Core Java, this will take alone 3 to 4 weeks alone. Core Java alone will take 3 to 4 weeks. Post that, we will be starting our Selenium. Along with that, we will learn TestNG, a framework. Okay, we will learn TestNG, a framework. We will also learn Cucumber also. At the end, I will also give you a sample project. Again, Avadut, again. Rest assured is for automation. I never said I'm going to cover rest assured. Not sure if you're following the details. Not sure you follow whatever I'm saying here, because all of your queries are something that's out of scope. So better you listen to the course contents first. New batch. Ganesh, this is the new batch only. We have just now started the batch. This is a completely UI automation course. Okay, this is a UI automation course. So Selenium is a UI automation tool. You will be learning UI automation using Selenium. So this is what we'll be covering in your course. You'll also learn how to upload your resumes on Naukri, what all settings you need to do on Naukri so that you can have your profile visible for the recruiters also. So this is what we will be covering in our course. So if you have any queries, let me know in the chat box. Rahul, that's what I'm saying. If it's possible, attend the demo of that batch also. That's what I'm saying. Attend the demo for that batch also and you decide. Next morning batch will be online as well as offline. Nothing to worry. Yes, it will complete in 75 days. Ganesh, I'm not sure if you are listening to me. I said the new offline batch will start by the end of this month. Currently, I'm only taking online batch. If you want to join any other faculty, you can check with the admin team. No problem. Offline batches are available for other faculties also. Halim, you have asked the same question yesterday also. That is for you to decide. See, the course will easily help you for the years of experience which you have asked. The course is enough for you to handle that much of experience. Nothing to worry. go with both manual plus automation experience. That should be fine. But how will you handle that? How will you handle the documents and all of that stuff? You'll have to decide that. Content wise, no problem. Content wise, no problem. You can easily handle that much. No problem. If you go with both automation plus manual. Okay. But the documents part, it's not possible. I mean, I'm afraid that's not possible. If you have the documents, very good. You can blindly consider this course. No problem. I'm not sure if we provide the documents for your career gap. You can check with the admin team for those details better. Rahul, attending both the sessions might not be possible. At any time, you will be getting only one link for one batch. That's it. You will not get both the links. So what I'm suggesting is, if you want to attend this batch, both of them will be online only. I mean, I'm not sure if you're available in Hyderabad for offline. If you want online, you can join any of the batches. So if you want to give it a try for that batch, for the other faculty, you can give it a try. No problem. If you're not interested in that, you can continue in this batch. No problem. The admin team will be sending you the link for this batch. No problem. Kalim, maybe you can check with the admin team for those details. They may help you. Should not be a problem. The admin team will help you with all of those details. You need not worry. Let me stop my screen share and let me stop recording here.